button disappeared.
Uh,
Well, whatever you did, it worked. So
I got a message says recording in progress.
yeah, you're good now.
Okay. It is Tuesday, October 26, 2021. I'm here, you are here. We must all be in the right place. Good evening. It's 6:30 and we're going to begin the membership meeting now. Welcome to all of you. It's great seeing you, and at least for some, hearing you. I'm glad you're here. I have a few announcements I'd like to make.
Everybody gets a brand new camera.
21st Main Street, Canoga Park, Dia de los Muertos event will begin on November 7th at 10 a.m. So mark your calendars and let us all know that maybe we'll bump into one another at this venue. It should be a lot of fun. There's going to be food, there's going to be entertainment, there's going to be sidewalk painting. And I hear that the Deli Doctor, a New York delicatessen on wheels, will be there this year. The event takes place on Sherman Way between Topanga Canyon and Canoga Avenue. I do hope I'll see you there. Depot Day at Travel Town was on October 17th, and I was there for most of the afternoon. I want to say trying to park, but it was not all that bad. And I did find out later that there's a dirt lot across the street from the Travel Town, which can be used for parking your car if the event that is taking place takes up all the parking that's within the adjacent parking lot. So keep that in mind next time you go there. Don't fret, just turn around, exit the parking structure that's adjacent, and go down the street a little bit, make a left turn into the dirt lot. I was really pleased when I was there. I saw Bob. I found out about Travel Town. It was founded in 1952 by a man named Charlie Atkins. There's even a train with his name emblazoned on the side. Atkins had asked a lot of the railroads to donate locomotives and cars to the children of Los Angeles, and they did. The entire Travel Town Foundation is a volunteer-based foundation. There is one train that was built in 1864, and it was actually in service for 90 years. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
You may know the train. It's the one that has the number 1 on it. This year, the passenger car was not open to the public because of COVID, but it was open for me. Bob took me on a tour on the inside. I was in awe at what I saw. I cannot thank Bob enough for the commentary and the tour he gave me. I only wish some of you were there to have had that experience. If you were here last month, you will be familiar with the meeting format I'm going to use for tonight. I was not able to arrange with our sponsors a learning session for tonight. And due to unforeseen circumstances, the member who is going to present for us tonight cannot. We do have 20 photos to view tonight. The theme for these photos is Halloween, fall, or fall colors.
Oh.
I'd like to make a mention about the Facebook engagement. It's down a bit. I encourage you to post to the VPC Facebook page. Please, thank you. Photo ops. We did not have an official photo op. So the one in the future is the Dia de los Muertos in Canoga Park on November 7th on Sherman Way between Topanga and Canoga. I sure hope I can see you there. Let's begin with our photo share. First, I'm going to show you a slide, which is of the train I mentioned, the train that was in service for 90 years. Then I'm going to begin with our video before the actual showing of the individual photos that we'll have commentary on. So Ken, if you can wait the 3 minutes until the slideshow is finished, you'll get to see all the photos that way. If the maker of the photo is here, I do hope you'll partake in the discussion and answer questions that people may have. Give me a moment, please. Share this screen and show you the train.
Oh,
Whoa.
Wow.
yeah, that's really nice. I remember
That's
seeing that
gorgeous.
from the Facebook page too.
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook before I actually knew that that was the actual train. I knew it was one of the trains that was in service for 90 years, but I hadn't realized it was this one. And they move this one around on the track every now and then.
That's terrific.
No,
An old smoker.
I'm gonna leave my share alive, which is probably a mistake. But I'm gonna try to do that.
Want a little piece of interest on that train or any other locomotive of that nature?
If you know, please go ahead.
Notice the smokestack. That's an interesting and immediate telltale that that was a locomotive used in the eastern United States,
Is that a
as
fact?
opposed to the smokestacks that were more funnel shaped, which is an instant no that that's a western locomotive used in the western states.
Wow.
And the
I
reason
didn't
was they used coal in the east and wood in the west. And it
Ah,
burned quite differently.
I hadn't any idea.
that was something. Those colors popped.
I happen to be a steam locomotive aficionado. I've ridden almost every excursion steam locomotive west of the Mississippi and a few on the other side.
That's cool. Maybe we're gonna have more in common. I'm thinking of volunteering there at Travel Town. Want to paint a locomotive. I live to do that.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my love Notari in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to catch a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash,
They did the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
He did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
And a shoop,
The party had just begun.
and a shoop,
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, oh, we're digging the sounds. He got on chains backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker
They
Five.
played the mash,
They played the Monster
the
Mash,
monster mash.
and it was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash,
It's caught on in a flash.
they played the mash.
They played the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?
It's now the mash,
It's now the Monster Mash.
the monster mash.
It's now a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash,
It's caught on in a flash.
it's now the mash.
It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool, Drax a part of the band. And my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent
Then
you.
you can mash,
Then you can Monster
the
Mash
monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you
smash.
can mash,
You'll catch on with a
then
flash.
you can mash.
Then you can Monster Mash. Mash fool! Easy, God, you impetuous young boy. Mash good!
Monster mash, monster mash.
Mash good!
That was delightful.
That was great. That was really great.
I agree.
Bravo indeed.
Submissions, the 20 submissions this month are amazing. I really appreciate you following the theme and providing such great pictures for us to review.
They're terrific.
So shall we get started?
Why not?
Let's hear Monster Mash.
Hey, so I have a quick question. How many people are going to Dia de los Muertos on November 7th?
I am for sure.
I'm planning to.
Okay,
Most likely.
okay. What time are y'all getting there? Or is there like a specific time or?
10 through 5.
Well, right, but,
I'll probably be there 11 or so.
okay.
South on Genesta Avenue toward
Oops,
Hart.
sorry about
Street,
that.
then turn right onto Hart Street.
You're driving?
600 feet.
No, I don't know why that turned on.
He's in the fire. Ken,
Yeah, I mean,
you're amazing.
yeah, that's yeah, if only I was that amazing. But no, okay. I'll have to figure out what time I'm getting there. But I was hoping to go also and join you guys there. So
I can
Yeah.
put my phone number.
What time is that on the 7th?
it's 10 to 5, but I was just wondering if you know, there was a more specific sort of thing that people were, you know, doing or coordinating or whatever, or we're just gonna go whenever we feel like it.
If we're going to, I will announce it on Facebook before. That's
Okay,
a good
cool.
idea. I know the organizers, so I can find out if there's a stage show that we can't miss. I put my phone number in the
Right.
chat.
Okay.
So if you want to jot that down, everybody, and
All right.
In the past, I've gone to the Hollywood Forever Day of the Dead, and it's pretty spectacular.
Right.
And last year it was canceled, of course,
Yeah.
but this year they are going to have I think it's this Saturday, if I remember correctly. So it's quite an assembly of people, and people I find that get all dressed up love to have their picture taken by anybody.
yes, it's much easier to take street photography at a costume festival of some sort.
Yep.
People want you to take their picture, so it's all really good.
And families decorate their own family graves and everything. So they have those events, and then they just have people wandering around with fantastic makeup and costumes. So that's another alternate.
And the sidewalk paintings.
I got a question on in your street photography, Jay. What lens do you normally use? Is there a certain lens, a zoom lens, a short zoom lens, or a 50mm lens, or what is?
35mm on a crop sensor is pretty decent. You can't be shy with that lens. And there are some of us that'll use a 300 and it's called sniping. And that's when you're really afraid of confrontation or taking a picture of something they're actually knowing about it.
Yeah.
So there's different ways to accomplish your street photography, but I've learned you just ask people if you don't snipe them at 35mm, just ask people. Most of them, especially with the COVID mask, most of them are receptive to it. Or you take a picture and you ask them, wow, this came out really good. I was just photographing and it's for my own personal portfolio. And I want to share this with you. Would you like a copy? And they look at it and it's a whole new respect for you. There are some experienced street photographers in our group that can shed more light on it, but that's my experience being new to it.
Yeah, it really comes down to how comfortable you are shooting up close. Because Larry, I think Larry's in the group. Larry shoots with like a 23 or 24mm.
Full time.
He also prefers getting the environment. So when you shoot with a wide angle lens, you're shooting your subject, but you're also shooting part of the background to give a sense of the environment.
I usually shoot the 28 or the 35. The reason I'm going at wide angle is because you have a lot of depth of field.
Right.
And when you do in street photography, you usually just pre-focus. Want some either zone focus or the hyper focus. So with the 28, the wide angle, you have a lot of depth of field.
Agreed.
Right.
Right. And I mean, when I started doing, newspaper shooting, we learned that just, joint focus and 28 millimeter, and you will catch everything that you need to catch to tune into the, the news. So usually wide angle, and when, and 28 is not 35 millimeter. I'm talking about the full frame equivalent.
Okay.
28 or 35 back in the day, and 35 it kind of tight, and the 50 millimeter, the nifty 50, whatever you call it, it's just too tight in the crowd, especially like you walk in the market, stuff like that, and it's just too close, too tight, because you have so many in the crowded. The 50 millimeter is not doing it. You don't get enough environment. Plus, it have less depth of field than the wide angle. So
Yeah.
Kong, I did shoot with an 11 millimeter on my crop sensor. So what does that put me? It puts me at 28, and I found I got in people's faces, and the only thing that's wrong is Nikon has a very loud shutter click. Otherwise, it would have been a very successful day if I had a silent shutter.
What do you have,
Because I have-
7100?
G7100, and you can hear it a block away.
Well,
I,
yes, I have a crop sensor camera, and I have a 10 to 20 wide angle.
That'd do it.
That
Bill.
would work,
That would-
that I could
yeah,
get
that-
fairly close.
yeah, that will work beautifully.
A good
have
place
the,
to practice. A good place to practice is Balboa Lake. People are a little more forgiving there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I shoot with 11 to 23 on the crop sensor, and it worked out very well for shoot. But usually with zoom lens, it's just a little bit slow in low light condition. Condition, like if you walk into a bazaar, some cover market, stuff like that, you won't be able. I mean, you get a very grainy image because it's only open up to like 3.5 or so.
Also,
If you
Jay, you were talking about the noise. If your camera has electronic shutter.
no,
they don't
I'm
get
talking
big.
about the actually image noise. I mean, it's like you using it would push if you set your ISO auto, it would push it up to a certain high ISO, which it result in grainy image.
I'll make a small correction. It's not the shutter that actually makes the noise on a DSLR. It's mirror slap.
It's the
And
mirror.
that's why mirrorless cameras are so quiet, and
Yeah.
why their mirrorless cameras are great for street. And
the old rangefinder,
Yeah.
where they're using leaf shutter, then very quiet.
Leica,
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
so I actually I like using a 50 millimeter full frame equivalent, because I found that when I'm like 6 to 8 feet away, you're outside of somebody's personal space.
Right.
And so a lot of times they don't notice you shooting.
Yeah. See, that depends on your style. Then, I mean, for me, I usually come up and talk to people a while before I start snapping.
That's smart.
And then, I mean, I'm not posing the person. I'm just talking to that person, and I'm just waiting for that perfect moment where his expression is just there, and I take a snap. But at that time, by the time about 5-10 minutes, he getting very comfortable, and he not tense up, or he not try to pose. He's just simply talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
He or her. and you start talking, and then you just wait for the right expression to snap. Sometimes I spend 15, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour, and I forgot about taking a picture because it's just, it's just the story or whatever the subject was interesting, and I just forget about it. But most people using conversation to get the picture are actually using a camera to start off with the subject and make some friend or getting some story out of it. It just depends on your story. But if you're gonna snipe or getting a longer focal length, that will not work very well in the crowd because you always have somebody, crossed by your path in front of you. Because since you have a lot of distance between you and the subject that you want to take, you're gonna have a lot of interference, and you may miss the moment of whatever you try to shoot because you get blocked.
Okay.
But you have to be bloody well with focusing because longer focal length have less depth of field. So your zone focusing or your whatever, your hyper focusing, it won't work as, you don't have depth of field to play with at longer focal length.
Our first photo, if you don't mind, Kong, let's get started.
Sorry about that.
No, don't apologize. This is a very interesting topic and you've got people glued. But we do need to start the photo share. There's 20 at 3 minutes apiece.
Sound good.
Our first one is Autumn at the Furniture Store, October 2020. Love the colors.
Nice repetition.
Did you use a polarizer to get the reflections down on the reflections in the window on the lower right?
Asking questions provokes the maker of the photo to maybe speak of their photo when they don't want to, which is okay. Hence the reason no names on the photos, so that we can critique without worrying about hurting feelings. And everybody has a tough skin about it. So direct questions like that, unless the maker is coming forward, are not going to get you the results you're looking for. So if we can go into a constructive criticism mode, that would be helpful to maybe the maker will loosen up, knowing once we all enjoy their photo, they'll share what their methods were for taking it, what their inspiration may have been.
Hi, I'm sorry. Essentially what happened is that apparently I have an unstable internet connection. So I actually lost the question. So I didn't hear the question. But in terms of the inspiration, so imagine a Saturday morning where the night before it was kind of cold, but the
Oh God.
It's Saturday morning, it's crisp, it's sunny, and I kind of liked how the plants change color from the greens into the reds. So that was the only inspiration there.
Where was this?
Well, this was in Warsaw.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
So if you took the same picture, let's say 2 or 3 weeks later, it would all be red.
I see. Nice.
Been so long since I've seen leaves change color.
Yeah, that's why I kind of figured, I'll send that in. It's interesting. You guys here don't get it as much for obvious reasons. So
It's such a clear shot too. You don't get.
My eyes are drawn to the bottom right because of the writing, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of store it is.
It was a furniture store.
I like it.
I'm noticing the pattern of the windows with their framing, and then the foliage has pretty much the same pattern. It's just frame within a frame within a frame. I'm liking what I see.
Okay.
Our next photo is called Crypt Keeper.
Hmm.
Cool.
He has an overbite.
Because he has no underbite.
That's good.
I think it's creepily swell.
Yeah.
It's good, creepy.
Great for Halloween.
What?
Creepy is good.
Great for Halloween.
Meets the
Yeah.
topic.
I'm not asking.
Sharp in all the right places, and it blurs in the background just enough. I mean, it's a really good image.
So, do we talk about these things?
Sorry.
I'm in the car traveling, so
Oh,
I guess we could elect to speak about the photos, right?
We can. So do you want to announce who you are?
So this is Deanna.
Hi, Deanna.
Hey,
Hello.
Deanna.
Sorry, I hope I don't phase out. Anyway, this was in Paris.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they had all these grave sites above ground at one point long time ago, and lots of rains and floods flooded out the cemeteries above ground, and so as you can imagine, bones of all kinds were everywhere and flooded around. So they the city's people decided at the time, it was a long time ago, to put all the bones underground. And there's like, how far down is it, Cedric? The crypt, anyway.
Catacombs in Paris?
The catacombs, yeah, in Paris. And they're far underground, and there's like, I don't know, like a mile, and it's not a straight mile, but it just goes and goes and goes. And I brought my children, and my youngest at the time was kind of understandably freaked out about it.
I can understand that.
I could see that, yeah.
And all these bones are all arranged in different kind of patterns and stylings, and it just makes me think that all these people existed at some point.
Yeah.
And they all had this guy in this picture had a story. He was alive at some point, and like some of these bones were coming from the plague and even before that time. And all these people had a story, and something happened to them. But mostly it's kind of the same story that we have today, like when's dinner, will I be able to sleep okay at night? And then, wash, rinse, repeat. You live your life. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next photo, Demon in Hell.
Wow.
Delightful.
That's a photo.
I get it.
It looks more like a work of art.
Great armor.
Yeah. The
No
texture-
eyes.
I think it's interesting.
Need some dental work.
If we can get a referral from the Crypt Keeper.
So I went to the Sepulveda Dam when they had I forget what it's called, the nighttime shooting with all the fire and weird people.
It's fabulous. Where was this taken? Because the colors are neat.
Okay, the Sepulveda Dam, but there were tons of people. So I got the picture, but there were all kinds of people and junk in the background. So I got rid of the background and put my own thing there.
okay, that's why.
So, yeah, that's what all that fiery stuff is.
Well,
I made
looks
it
like
up.
a painting. It looks like a painting more than a photograph.
What?
It looks more like a painting than a photograph.
Yeah, it's the thing that I've been trying to do.
Good job.
Thank
Yeah, it's
you.
cool.
It's
Excellent.
cool.
Very nice.
I like it a lot. I'm gonna nitpicky though. Right, Helene? It's okay? this sword blade here. Maybe it doesn't need to be there.
It could have been gotten rid of, but it was part of it, so I left it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it gone.
Okay,
I think it's neat what you did with the background.
thank you. I don't know if you can tell, but the background kind of comes through in different places.
Yeah, that's really neat, like on the sword handle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought you had done a texture overlay. So, I mean, I did notice that, but I just sort of assumed that you were doing that on purpose. So it look, it would offer that texture throughout the photograph.
you know what? The orange stuff is in the background,
Right.
and I've been playing with multiply on Adobe Photoshop.
Right.
So, and then I'm just letting part of it
Yeah.
kind of stay.
Through. Yeah.
Vibrant colors.
Yeah,
I'm gonna move to the next one.
Good.
Our next photo is called or titled Fall Color.
Ooh,
beautiful.
Look at the reflection.
yeah.
This was a picture I took, I think it was last year. I just got, Steve and I,
2 feet over there.
No, just let me get it.
My phone, but I need power.
Okay.
Something in.
okay, so going back to my explanation, it was last year, but I was just up there with Steve last week.
Excuse me, Bill, but are you saying that's your photo?
Yeah,
You sure?
Yeah, Bill, you had
Yep.
not, Bill, you had not submitted a photo.
well,
Not-
if this is not mine, it's so similar, I apologize. So I'll let,
Okay, can we begin the commentary over again, please? This is not your
Sure.
photo, Bill.
I apologize.
It may be your backyard, but it's not your photo.
It's not my backyard.
Backyard.
Beautiful changing of the colors.
And beautiful reflection.
So now, I wonder who took this then?
It feels weird talking about someone else's photo, but I'll critique my photo.
Oh, no, no, I haven't seen you for a while.
This was taken along that creek that runs right next to Lake Sabrina in the Eastern Sierras.
Bishop Creek.
Yes, yeah, sorry, I forgot the name. And this was fairly recent. This was the first weekend of October. Yeah.
Right.
I wish I were there.
Nice use of the saturation to really bring out that color.
Thank you. Thank you.
As Bill started to say, he and I just came back from that same area. And the color, a lot of it had gone. There's still some yellows, but not as many reds.
Yeah.
Well, the aspens had vanished because they'd been stripped out. So all of the aspens were just the white bark. But this looks so close to what we saw last week and took, you know, I just thought it was mine, but good shot.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now our next photo is titled Falling Water.
I love it.
Nice.
I like this one particularly because you have this repeating pattern and then the leaf breaks it up. It follows the rule of thirds and it also has the texture of the water. So yeah, bravo.
Yeah, beautiful composition though.
Yeah.
Very
that's
appealing.
exactly right.
Water
Yeah.
ripples are nice.
Yeah, interestingly, it follows the rule of thirds, both on the left and then when you look at it vertically as well. So it's,
Yeah.
and in this case, that compositionally works super well.
So it could be hung on a sofa or a love seat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, I really like it.
If you put the spiral, golden spiral on it, it's right there. Perfect.
Oh, good point.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Right.
good point. Yeah.
What?
Golden spiral.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I took that picture many years ago at the Getty Center, that little river they have running down to the garden.
Oh, right. Huh.
It's just a picture I've always liked. I've never shown it anywhere before. It's just something that's been in my library, and I always liked it. So they said fall colors, and I figured that's about the only one I got that's fall colors. So I'm putting it in.
Yeah.
What were you guys talking about, the spiral?
It's Fibonacci, based on the natural order. It's spiral from the center of the leaf and spiral out, just like the. It's hard to explain. I don't have a screen, so I can't bring it up.
It looks like a nautilus shell.
Yes, that's what it is.
The Greeks felt it was perfect beauty.
Yep.
Called the Fibonacci sequence.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the idea is that you're supposed to place
there you go.
the area. Oh, there you go. So see the small part of the Fibonacci spiral there. You're supposed to place the most detailed area, or like it's in other words, sort of the focal point within that small area, and then everything sort of spirals out of that. It's really sort of hard to explain without doing an overlay. But
Nope, I get it now. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Actually, if you have Photoshop and when you do a crop, you can select that spiral. Instead of the rule of third layout, you can select a spiral and it overlay for you.
Yeah, I've always thought that cameras should come with an optional overlay instead of just the grid. So
I think my Sony does, and I think my phone does.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, that's great.
That was interesting. Yeah, that was me. Oh, reverse lightning. Our next photo, front yard display.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Unreal. I saw it. Slideshow. It's just.
Hey, that's my brother.
If you go to Kaiser Woodland Hills and you drive out of the parking lot near the school there, right on the corner, there's a house with two statues like this. And this is one of them. I had to crop it to get rid of the house. And then, darken it a little bit because this was taken in the daylight. And it just tried to get a little bit of scariness there.
And that's a regular sky that you have, right?
I didn't change the sky.
Yeah. And I like it because it makes the sugar pop out because the sky is kind of soft. And it make
my
it
big
pop.
debate was whether to keep the plant on the right or not, and I decided to leave it in.
So also the way the plants are, the bushes are shorter. They look like trees, and it makes them look gigantic.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that you left all the plants there.
Yeah. It's pretty good framing though.
Excellent point of view.
Yeah, it's just good framing.
How did you get that much clarity? That is so, it like pops out at you. You using a special camera or what?
Actually, this was taken with my cell phone.
Yeah.
I just remembered we had a Halloween theme and I saw that and said, I'm gonna get a couple quick pictures.
Oh, wow. Because normally cell phone have a very small aperture. So usually the sky will come out very, very sharp. But in this case, because the sky and the cloud is soft, it makes the image pop out very, very nice.
Stephen,
Don't be
lucid.
fooled. Mobile phone cameras are quickly becoming really pretty good.
I mean,
And
yeah,
less
that's one of the,
expensive than the,
one of the
the
things here is
large.
like the, oh, I'm sorry, Jay. Go
I
ahead.
just want to point this out because we are critiquing, and this is an excellent photo in my opinion.
Right.
And I find this a distraction.
Yep,
Oh.
didn't see it.
I didn't notice that though.
Yeah, but it's
Oh.
there, and I'm just sharing with you, that's a simple yield. Even I can do that.
Yep.
I can do it too.
All right. All right.
So Stephen, if you need help,
Just wanted to say that the dynamic range is handled really well here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
would say so.
What iPhone did you use, for God's sakes?
A 12 Pro Max.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, that would explain it. That's a good camera.
Give that skeleton some food. He's hungry.
Halloween rider.
All right.
Oh, interesting.
It's like he's squashing that horse.
Oh. Ha, ha, ha.
I'll be here till Wednesday.
Cute.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh,
Oh my God. Any more?
the dad jokes are just flowing.
The front
Oh,
leg
whose
is
house
great.
that is?
Well, yeah, I find myself wishing that the bench wasn't there. That's one thing. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Oh, the front bench, the stone.
Yeah, the
In
stone
front of
bench
it?
in front. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It almost looks like the subject of the photo because of the coloration.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of blending a little bit.
My eyes are darting a little bit here.
Yeah, and then I also wish that the perspective were such that you could see more of the face of both the horse and the person or pumpkin person, whatever.
Is that something a crop could fix, or is it
No.
the wrong point of view?
Camera position.
Yeah, that's a camera position because it looks like it's totally possible by just simply going to the other side.
Well, if he would have gotten in front of it, it could have gotten
Exactly, yeah, something like that. So I don't know.
Squashed.
That's what I would say. I mean, it's a very interesting subject matter. I mean, that's fascinating looking, but those would be nice.
There's a hedge on the left. Maybe it wasn't possible for the photographer to go to the front, just saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you want to, but sometimes, circumstances don't allow it.
Right, but in this case,
I'm looking at that hedge. I mean, maybe because the person can't step over it. I don't know. Just saying.
used to.
But in this case, there's a wide open area to the right of the horse, so I think it's possible.
Probably other, maybe bad. Yeah, if no hedge, then you should have a very interesting background because now the tower gonna be in the back of the rider, the knight.
That's actually true, Kong. Maybe the reason why the photographer didn't go to the right because the background was less interesting. Just saying. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Shallowed up the field, maybe.
Well, also this way you can see the whole horse and rider. And I think if they would have come from the front, you kind of missed it. So you'd have to go at it some kind of an angle if you wanted to get the whole thing. Plus there's that little castle behind them right now.
Yeah.
The turret anyway. And you would probably miss the turret if you pivoted.
No, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we wasn't there.
Haunted.
It's
titled Haunted.
I like the colors, and the floating people is really trippy looking.
Looks like a highlight marker.
Yeah.
Fluorescent.
Yeah.
So this one I think has pretty. I mean, there's sort of leading lines of sorts, even though they're pumpkins, because your eye is drawn sort of to the first pumpkin and then it leads you back. And so to me, that's a pretty effective composition.
Yeah,
Drawn here to
Yeah.
here.
and the
Here,
steps or
here.
whatever it is too.
Yeah, they like your eye automatically goes from bottom to top. And that, I don't know, to me, that seems to work really well.
Thank you. It's mine.
Oh, well, yeah, good. Well, nice job.
It's my front porch.
Oh, that's a really great front porch.
Thanks.
Uh,
27, 365 days a year.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's starting with the spider web doormats and everything. That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I don't have the real pumpkins all year round.
Oh,
And,
that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the green haunted house on the block. So
No, nicely done.
thanks. And this was taken with my new 13 Pro. And I use the app PS Camera, which is Photoshop camera.
Mm.
And it has all these funky things in it. And these floating things, the little ghost people, it's Billie Eilish.
Oh, okay.
Own little, well, it's not her personally, obviously.
Right.
But the part, what am I trying to say? Like the edit part, they call it Billie Eilish. And there's like 4 different settings.
Okay.
And it's actually rotate like a little video, and you have to stop it. So it took me a couple of tries to get the green falling people. But I thought, I was like, oh my God, I was gonna go around my house and see what else I could do, but I'm very happy with this one. Thank you.
Linda,
Yeah.
did you say you used a phone?
Yeah, the 13 Pro
What brand?
iPhone.
That's an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
iPhone. Oh, look at your name.
Linda.
Linda.
Oh, yeah.
iPhone, Linda.
I'd love to see an enlargement of this.
I don't know if it would project.
I don't know if you take it to a good printer, they should be able to get it reasonably large.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Something to consider.
Okay, thanks.
If you have your phone camera settings to the right numbers, the right size. I found someone with a nice phone, but they had it set and the pictures were very small. Very frustrating to try to fix it up and post it to Facebook.
One night at an abandoned warehouse.
Oh my gosh.
Scary.
Very cool.
This
This
is
is
such
on the waterfront, Long Beach, at an abandoned warehouse.
Okay.
This is what I look like when I wake up.
What I look like when I go to sleep at night.
I hope I never look like that.
What made the smoke?
Yeah.
A smoke bomb, I think they call them smoke grenades. It was a mega SWAT, mega street meet. And there were about 30 or 40 photographers around him in about a semicircle about 4 deep.
Wow. Popular guy.
Bill, was this at one of those, what I call flash mobs, like those events that they just kind of come together, photographers and cosplayers, essentially?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
When was this?
Pardon?
When was this one?
Oh, God, I don't have the date up there. It was around, I'd say 2017 is my guess.
Oh, okay. I think they're starting back up a little bit.
Yeah. Oddly enough, they called the police, a couple of police cars showed up and they stood around watching. After about half an hour, I walked up to one. I said, well, do we get to stay? He said, is this your event? I said, no, it's just an internet thing. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, I just want to stand and watch this because it's really cool. But somebody complained, so we're going to have to do something after a while. And then he decided to have everybody move their cars because they were not parked illegally, legally. And that was it.
Oh,
Okay. Interesting.
So I don't know if it's just my screen or what, but so one of the things that I notice is that my eye is continually drawn to the hand, and
Yeah.
one of the reasons why, maybe besides the fact that the hand is really interesting, is it looks to me like on the screen, and I could be wrong, that the hand is sharply in focus, and then the face is slightly softer, and obviously his shoulder is considerably softer than that. So
Yeah.
I think that's part of it as well. Am I right, or am I completely off base here?
No, I think you're right. Also, the face is pretty blown out. It was very.
Oh, yeah, which could account for some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so in trying to bring that out, some detail on that, I think we really brought some sharpness.
Okay.
The next photo is titled Pumpkin.
I know who it is.
Nice.
Like it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well done.
I like that because whoever took this, first of all, they're seeing in layers, and they're creating a more abstract sort of pumpkin stem. But I really like the layering in this. So I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool.
Very pleasing.
Yeah.
Stem looks like a witch's hat, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's got this beautiful bend to it. So yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, the focus and the depth of field is just right, not too much and not too little.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, the only thing I wish, and like I'm not, I guess you could probably do something about that, but like I wish that the pumpkin on the left were a little darker. Because I feel that would force the viewer back to the stem a little bit more. So that would be my only tiny critique, and what's otherwise like just, I don't know. I think it's a beautiful photo personally.
yeah, but in all defense, it's our focus. The pumpkin in the left is our focus enough.
It's true. Yeah, it is. Sure. Yeah. I know. Yeah, this is, the focus is perfect. I mean, it looks great. So that would be my only tiny critique, and like, but you know, I don't know. I don't know if that's helpful to anyone, but that's what I would see.
I can see that.
Good for you.
I'm going to move on to the next photo. It's titled Spooky.
I'll probably have to leave after this one. Oh, wow.
So this is a composite.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can you believe that, huh? It's an Irish castle with a rock from the San Joaquin on the right, with a crackle from Sepulveda Basin, a bear from Alaska, a little girl from Malibu, spiders from Travel Town, a tree from somewhere near Lake Edison. And the alien sitting up on top there is actually a part of a tree root from an upturned pine tree. That when I looked at it, it was like, oh, there's an alien.
Well done.
And the birds, the swallows on the right are from Sepulveda Basin also.
Gosh.
And
I like a little bit of red in there. That just adds to it.
I like it's spooky. I like it.
Yeah, I put I really dampened the color on it a lot, except that there are parts of it that are definitely black and white, and then there's other parts that have just a tiny hint of color.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that castle, and that is an amazing looking castle.
Go, Ken.
Did you use Photoshop or a phone editor?
Photoshop. Lots of layers,
Mhm.
lots of images. Lots of layer masking. So I really had a chance to learn a lot while I was playing with this.
Very complicated.
Yeah,
See,
and
Do
a
you
giant
remember-
file.
Do you remember where in Ireland you took the castle?
It was near, I think it was on the Dingle Peninsula.
Oh, cool.
Dingle?
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, Dingle. They make really good scotch. Oops, Irish whiskey. It reminds me of how, well, I won't be here till Wednesday, so I won't mention this joke.
Did you use Photoshop CS6 or the new version?
Did I use Photoshop for what?
what version? What
CS
version?
Oh,
CS6.
it's, gosh, I don't know, whatever the most current one is.
Version doesn't matter.
I'm using I took the medicine and I pay $9.99 a month to get Photoshop and Lightroom kept current all the time. So it's whatever version that one is.
Today, tomorrow, and the next day, brand new Photoshop and Lightroom coming down to subscribers. Just an FYI, Adobe Max broke loose today. So you're going to see brand new product, brand new enhancements. They say the new Lightroom, you don't even need Photoshop.
Really?
That's what they say. A lot of new features. The next one is We Hope Carnival.
Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet, though. She's laughing.
Great expressions.
Time.
You just see that.
She's having a ball. Look at her.
I like the interpretation of Halloween in this one. All dressed up.
Has anybody been to the West Hollywood Carnival?
Many years ago, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. So this is technically a street photo because I'm on Hollywood Boulevard.
No, it doesn't have environment. You can't say street photo. Come on, it's your rule.
Because what? Because what?
Because there's no environment in it. Come on.
There's what?
Environment.
There's no background in it. Come on. Isn't that what you guys been running around and say? You need to have some environment for street photography, including there's no environment in it. It's just two people.
That's okay.
No, there's you don't have to have environment in street photos. Most of my street photos, I don't have an environment.
Then it's not street photo.
But in this case, it's because I
It
was
could be in
using
the studio.
flash.
This
If
could
it
be in the
was
studio.
daylight, I would have environment, but I used a flash.
Ah,
But it could be in the studio, right? And it could be in your own house.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just messing with you. And you and your rule about not doing things. That's
No,
all.
Larry's the one that shoots environmental all the time.
I'm just messing with you guys. Come on.
Yeah.
okay.
Did you use a regular flash here? I mean, the lighting is pretty good. And right
Yeah.
there is no red eye and all that.
Yeah, I used on camera flash for this.
TTL? Do you use the diffuser?
Yeah, TTL with snap-on diffuser.
Yeah, because it's kind of soft. I mean, nice skin tone and no harsh shadow.
Yeah, and I can't remember which lens I was using.
One that fit.
It works.
Yeah, mostly I shoot 50 millimeter when I'm on the street, but this this might have been a 24-70. I don't remember.
Next photo is called front yard display. I think I recall seeing that once before.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Front yard display.
I hope it's not any yard near me.
He moved in just now.
I agree.
That is actually the same house across from Kaiser Woodland Hills. And that was the second skeleton they had in the yard. It was, again, daytime. I had to try and make the house pretty much disappear, except for the pumpkins by the door, which I tried to brighten up to focus your eyes there. I played around a lot with this one using different textures and blend modes until I finally got one that made it look kind of like night and spooky.
What a great thing to see as you're going to the ER with this thing.
Yep.
He's got big hands like David, the statue. That's great.
Yeah.
Like
It
the
is good.
colors.
I hope I'm going to get some sleep tonight after watching that one.
The big hands are so that he can catch little children.
Yeah, when you drive down across from Kaiser and look at it, it's not too noticeable. But if you stare at it and really look at it, it's kind of neat.
My child wants me to get one of those, like these huge skeletons for our yard, you know, like, because we need that.
W.C. Fields loved kids, especially when they're cooked right.
Yeah, hard boiled.
I forgot one too.
Go away, kid, you bother me.
Hey, how tall is that skeleton?
I'm guessing it's probably, let's see, I'm 6 feet, probably about 10, 11, 12 feet tall.
Oh, really? So it is very big.
Yeah, it is big. You can see on the right-hand side is the garage roof kind of coming against it.
Mhm. Very nice.
Well done.
Really wants me to go to that hospital.
This guy's in the diet program there.
Yep. Oh. A Lindsay Lohan reject.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to the next one.
Okay.
It's titled Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh, nice.
Pretty.
The house looks like it's in England somewhere because of the roofs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Europe.
It's like Anne Hathaway's garden. Anne Hathaway, isn't that Shakespeare's wife?
Yeah, but that's not it. Cotswolds, yeah.
Whose garden is it?
Cricket.
Okay.
Whose snap is it?
It's pretty.
Anybody's picture? Whose is it?
No, it's okay. They don't have to come forward. But not pressure anybody.
We'll find out later and get you.
We'll wait long enough and Bill will claim it.
The pumpkins all look like they're still attached to their vine, with the exception of 3 in the front.
Yeah.
An interesting observation. They're actually grown there.
That's the first time I've seen growing pumpkins. Huh. Interesting.
And such a variety of color,
Yep.
almost red. And they need a sign up front to tell you pumpkin. I can't read the sign.
Red flower in the back, okay. Oh, geez.
I'm going to move on to the next one, titled Hollywood Forever.
Nice.
Good kid.
Yeah.
The
So this
expression
is,
tells a story.
This is Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead at Hollywood Forever.
Oh, really? Huh.
And they had a makeup school that set up tents doing face painting. So I spent a large portion of the night shooting the makeup artists, and actually it was an interesting evening. Totally off topic, but I ended up meeting a former coworker who I hadn't seen in maybe 10 years.
Wow.
And we used to work together, and she had become a makeup artist, and I ran into her, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. But anyways, so yeah, so like Larry, I a lot of times I'm somewhere like this, I'm trying to shoot street photography, even if it's not really a street type of event.
What aperture were you using? 1.4 f2?
This is probably 2.8.
2.8.
Yeah, because I'm using the ambient light from their tent, and not using a flash.
I love the expression on a child's face.
Yeah.
That is,
yeah.
Forget about
So-
all the hands in there, but that kid tells a story.
Yep.
Yeah, with most of the makeups, I shot a series, so I would shoot 2 or 3 shots while they were being made up. So this is the last one. So before this, he's got his face squenched up as they're applying the makeup, and mom is holding him up and stuff. And then final result, after he looks at himself in the mirror, I got this shot.
The glimmer in the eye is priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless. You caught the glimmer.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's catch lights. That's why catch lights are important.
yeah, that expression is certified street photography to me. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need to say anything. That is just, for me, that is just they capture the expression, the slide of life, whatever, Larry.
Yeah.
The lighting
That's
and the
it.
focus really aims at his face.
Yes.
Captured life as it's happening.
Yep.
And I like
and
the rule of thirds here.
Yeah, and the sparkle in the eye too. The lining, just perfect, just brighten everything up.
That picture has impact with that little kid.
Yep.
Not a snapshot, which is different.
Our next one is titled It.
Looks like one of my doctors.
This is the dentist giving you a balloon.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Is that the real background or the replacement?
I think those teeth are his.
No, the background.
Oh.
No, that's the real background.
Really?
Are you able to, like, you expanded it or enlarged it? Is that 105%?
Yeah, because the hair on the part of the hair on the left, it looked like it didn't get removed.
There you go. There you go.
Here, you. Oh, that's you.
Can you zoom in?
I can zoom in and out, but let's leave it there.
There you go.
Supposed to-
More? Can you zoom in more?
What do you want to see?
I see that part of the hair on the left. That kind of, yeah, it looked like didn't get removed.
He's got bubble gum in his hair.
It is? Okay, whatever. All right.
Okay.
My apologies.
No, that was me. I think it was, like Halloween night 2 years ago, and I love going out and well, not so much now, but just looking at everybody's costume and nicely the street light up above was helping out with the lighting there. And yeah, I thought that this came out okay. I just, Halloween is my thing, so who knew?
I think it's beautiful in a creepy sort of way.
Beautiful.
I think it's a great picture.
This is a class photo, right?
Scary.
Little Johnny, he didn't graduate, but he has a red balloon. So he's good.
I'm going to go to the next one, titled Teletubby Hell.
Oh. Ah.
That is great.
Love the eyes.
Exactly.
That really is great. I won't get any sleep tonight, you people. Weird.
Great composition.
Big freaky.
Yeah.
It's that good. No one has anything to say about it.
We're
I mean, it's
scared.
good. I love the way the background is blurred and the front is sharp. And it's creepy. And he's got creepy eyes and he's holding a little kid's toy, which is even freakier.
I like the eye contact with the photographer, both the tubby and the principal.
Even the 3 buttons on his leather jacket and the little neck collar all just add to it. So it's nicely done.
If you guys notice, wherever you move your head, his eyes follow you. So if you're going to try sleeping tonight, don't think about this guy.
Too late now. Now that you mention it, Donald, it's too late now. Everybody can think about it.
That was the purpose. This is good on rule of thirds, and I like the texture in the hair. So yeah, the clarity is really nice. You can see even the texture in the jacket, and even on the Teletubby, it's a bit ratty, but that's part of the costume. Well, I mean, it's a well-loved Teletubby.
Yeah, it's nice bokeh too. The background nicely blurred.
Yeah.
That one button on the left-hand side that's like a third of a button. Be nice if it was just black.
Yeah,
it's a little
You're right,
distracting.
cropped out.
Yeah. No, I mean black and don't crop out because you're gonna lose the hair.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, maybe a little bit
Or just
wider.
photoshopped out.
Yeah, I would heal it. I would heal it. I wouldn't crop it.
I would widen it a little bit more so you could see the full hair and maybe the full bun.
I don't know. I like looking at those buttons the way they are.
I thought you were going to say the eyes. Okay.
Yeah, but the
Person only
button
has eyes for you.
Yeah. Oh. Tiny Tim. Oh God.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Our next photo is titled The After Party.
That's fine.
Hey.
I wonder if they're eating goulash.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
really
As
here
long
to-
as they're having ribs with it.
Funny.
Grown.
So this wasn't actually taken during the Halloween season. It was shot during a photo walk in Venice.
Oh,
Really?
This is pre-pandemic. Of course, that was before Venice became an encampment. I mean, you're not going to see anything there right now.
yeah.
It's sad because I really love doing street shots in Venice. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
so many characters. So anyway, I
You-
thought- yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, no, you shoot that in film?
Sorry, what?
Film or digital?
Oh, this is digital. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was taken with the X Pro One with the
Okay, that's
yeah,
explains
with
that
the
a lot.
very first X-Trans sensor. I mean,
Yeah.
which has a nice reputation for that sort of
Yeah,
organic look. As I mean,
yeah, with the 35 X Pro
Uh,
One with the X Pro One with the 35, the first 35 millimeter Fuji film.
no,
35
you're talking about the X100 with a fixed lens. No, this is the X Pro One. You can change the lens.
Yeah, I know, but when they first come out, it came out with the 35 millimeter one.
Yeah,
one
no,
four.
interesting comment because I did not get the 35 1.4. Actually, you saw me use this camera.
Yeah,
What I got instead was the Zeiss 32 1.8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
On the very bottom, it says take photo. Does that mean they had a jar there for tips?
Yeah.
I grabbed my shot quickly and walked on.
That's something my urologist would ask for. Tips.
Oh,
Ugh.
Yeah.
This is going to be on YouTube.
Yep.
Our next photo is
That was Moyle.
Oh.
Scared me.
anybody wish to critique? Or you're afraid of Noel?
No, it look good.
I would say to crop it and put the skeletons like on the rule of thirds.
I agree. They're
Where?
I'm
Just like
Get rid of this finger.
the whatever's to the left of them, I keep looking and then there's something on the bottom.
So you would crop
I'd like
out
to
the
look at the
background.
skeletons. Well, I would crop out the side, yeah, like so that there is something like that, so that we can focus on the skeletons themselves. There you go, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Either side of the picture.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm a sucker for sunsets. Oh.
The next one is Zombie Buffet.
Hmm.
Oh, teach me to crop Noel's photos.
Yeah.
Zombie Buffet.
Standing room only.
Yeah. He could have had a V8.
Not even a sneeze guard. My goodness.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I love this character in the upper right here.
yeah, the face.
It's a fun photo to explore. There's a lot going on.
Kaiser Hospital ER room. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
The lighting is good, like on the main zombie character with the glasses. So he's got like really good lighting, especially when you have all the red and other lighting going on. So, but then I'm wondering if it's like a composite or if he was added in later or something, because
Great question.
I can kind of see a border.
You can?
From what?
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if the guy with the glasses was added in later at all.
He was.
Oh.
He was, but I swear, I don't see any border.
Ditto.
I took him,
I
the
played with
picture was,
Photoshop a while, so
the picture was from last year I went trick-or-treating with my little granddaughters. I don't know how much of this they actually saw because it's pretty creepy. And the guy was, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, Hollywood Zombie Walk. They all came on the subway from North Hollywood. So he was in Hollywood. The rest of it was in Thousand Oaks. But where do you see a border? Come on.
I don't.
Well, the arm.
Yeah.
It's too sharp.
Yeah,
Against
that's what it is. It's not a border. It's too sharp.
If you can blur it out, I mean, run a small blur around, so it will blend. It will blend better.
If he were in the foreground, it wouldn't be as prominent. But because he's in midpoint, it just doesn't make sense why he's so sharp.
That's all.
Nonetheless, you know, I love the composition. It's really good. It's a good placement of this guy, and yeah, it works.
That layer in there is beautiful. With the layer, you know, the zombie in the front, and then the guy, and then there's the background.
Yeah, the expression.
The expression in the background. There's 3 layers in there. It's nicely done.
Yeah, and a nice story here.
For some reason, that guy reminds me of Fiddler on the Roof.
Very good story.
What? Nice story, Jay. I mean,
Nice
is this
story,
wholesome?
Kelly.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
No, I know, but it's not wholesome. It's
It's a nice story being told here.
None of these pictures are wholesome. I love it.
And our next and last photograph for the evening is Zombie.
Yeah, Fiddler on the Roof. Oh.
Ooh. I don't know, Mad Max.
The
Look into my eyes.
What a nose.
Yeah, really.
That nose ring might be the only real thing that's on him. Well, and the earring, I guess.
Jesus.
Those eyes really get you.
This is a good photo. There's the rule of thirds is here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least on the one eye, and yeah, on the top.
Both eye.
Look into my eyes.
Yeah, it's really making me hungry now.
I think pizza maybe.
Hot pie.
Oh boy, pizza pie. Oh boy, pizza pie. Never mind.
So one could say this is an ode to D.W. Griffith. He's the one that invented the close-up. Everybody else that was shooting film back then said, no, you know, why would you want to see somebody close up? Everybody was shooting wide. And he was the one that basically invented the close-up.
Hitchcock, Disney. Oh.
No, he didn't. He did not invent it. He said he's the first one who broke the rule that everybody else said.
Well, that's okay. I like the detail. I really do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Safety pin in the ear. Yee.
But only one earring. Poor guy.
Green hair.
But 2 on one side and 1 on the other one.
Yeah.
And one earring is the least of his problem.
Yeah. I think when I worked for Thrifty Drug, I waited on him at Gower Gulch.
Want fries with that?
Oh.
There's nothing.
No ketchup, please.
This is the Delta sub variant.
Told you not to put a spoon in the microwave oven.
Yeah, for the in and out animal style.
Oh.
Oh.
God.
Well, that was something.
Yeah.
Okay, now what? Are we supposed to critic people now?
Yeah, we like your hairdo, you know, stuff like that.
Something like that.
Do we have a topic for next month, Jay?
I haven't come up with one yet. I apologize.
How about Thanksgiving, something like that? Won't the meeting actually be around Thanksgiving,
I
actually?
was thinking of something like that. Stephen, why don't you give me a call during the week? I was thinking, contrasts. I was thinking reflections, maybe. We haven't done that in a while. I was thinking leading lines to maybe concentrate more on the, forgive me for the word if it's not right, physics of photography.
Reflections.
Dynamic tension, photograph. I don't know, frame within frame.
Yeah, there's a million topics. We don't really need to repeat any. Like shadows or reflections or whatever.
No, we could just have another open. I'm hoping to get a sponsor to show up, so we'll have fewer photos.
I like another open.
Me too.
I could open. Okay.
Opens are fun. Opens are fun, and I have a choice to either limit it to one photo for open or to have an open and a special topic, and we can do both. So
I like special topics because I think it challenges us rather than, because I could submit all my, whatever photos, but then when you have a special topic, it causes us to sometimes go out of our comfort zone.
I'll be frank with you. I'm going to wait for some feedback over the next few days. And if anybody sends me an email that says I'd like to see this covered or that covered, then I'll go that direction. If not, I just, whatever comes out of the can.
Jay, tell everybody shoot something.
Something what?
Fresh.
Okay. We'll have to follow you around the way you eat.
I already have the next topic. In fact, I got them all already.
What was that?
Larry,
you're nuts,
I already
Larry.
got reflection down.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes right now.
So Larry, do you want
We should try to get out and do something fresh for that next one.
Well, I mean,
Open is good too, because we get a wide variety of stuff.
It's more fun to look at. I like open. It's just, you get a variety of pictures and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we see stuff that doesn't fit into those categories often, and I'm always like surprised and amazed.
I mean, if you do some, if you say fresh, then they go on the street photography, right? I mean, when was the last time you see anything fresh? Posted.
Market. Went to the market.
Talking about fresh. You just shot a picture.
Fresh ketchup on that guy's face with the earrings.
Let's all wave goodbye to the YouTube audience.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. See you all.
Thank you for a good session, really.